I'm attempting to make Dark Magician a top tier deck by adding some Diabellstar cards and some amazing tech. And before I show you, before this deck goes live and I show you and reveal to you this awesome deck, I did some testing to make sure it does some good. And so far, I've done nothing but win. Let's show you what I've cooked up. Let's go. Hey, what's up, fellow duelists? Here's your Godsmith here, Godsmith of Chaos. Coming from inside my Mouty up in the Arctic, because, well, look at the weather outside. There's a blizzard going on, and, yeah. This is, what I get to see from the Mouty, because if I look out, it's just a blizzard going on. Hey, what's up, everybody? Andrew Godsmith here, Godsmith of Chaos, here with another Dark Magician deck profile for you. Before we get started, as always, don't forget to like and subscribe down below and hit that notification button so you get notified when I post these videos. All right, let's get to it. Set the side deck aside. Dark Magician dice, Dark Magician girl. All right, main deck, extra deck. Let's go. So to start us off, we have the Diabellstar package. I'm only playing 5 cards. We have 3 Diabellstar. The reason why I'm playing 3 Diabellstar is because the other cards are just way too darn expensive, and I'm looking for the level 7 monster so I can get back and forth and also use the Xyz monsters. So 3 Diabellstar, the Black Witch, who is actually the condemned witch. Yeah. So I got 1 Wanted Seeker of Sinful Spoils and Sinful Spoils of Subversion Snake Eye. Great going second, and as well right now, even going first, your opponent usually summons a monster too. You can use this card to go on. So then this will be in your graveyard, banish, and you can get things going. So we got those 5 cards. That's it for the Sinful Spoil cards. And then we have 3 Illusion of Chaos, who is our main monster searcher for all the Dark Magician cards. You just reveal Illusion of Chaos in your hand, and you can search any Dark Magician card, Dark Magician included, except for ritual monsters. So Illusion of Chaos, 3 of them, which then gives you, when you got 2 Dark Magicians, you really got 5, because at IOC, you can search out Dark Magician. 1 Dark Magician girl, but technically you kind of have 4, so you can use IOC to search her if you need it. We have 3 Magician Souls. Now Magician Souls is your main summoner for Dark Magician. You're not going to be summoning Magician Souls too much, because you want Dark Magician on the field for the fusions and Xyz and for the plays, but Magician Souls you can use going into the link plays. Only 2 Magician's Rod. That's right. Magician's Rod at 2. Reason being is you don't need more. You just don't. You don't want to see it in your hand too much, but it does search out the Dark Magician cards. So it is a great searcher for your spell and traps, but 2 is all you need. Sometimes you can bring it down to 1, 3, sure, but 2 is optimal. And we got 1 Timaeus the United Dragon, or I call him Timmy the Brick Dragon. He just, once you see him in your hand, he's more like neg 2, and he gets negated a lot. So, so only 1 Timaeus. Onto the spells and traps for Dark Magician. Play 2 Soul Servant. Really good card. You just don't want to see it in your hand because it's more of a brick. You need other cards to get it going. You need Dark Magician or Dark Magician and Dark Magician girl in the graveyard or on the field. It's a brick itself. So having 2 with Rod, it can search for Soul Servant. So all you need really is 2. Used to be at 3, amazing card, but it's just running a lot better. Right now it's Soul Servant with Soul Servant at 2. If you want to try playing 3, by all means try it, but I've had better luck. with 2 recently. 1 Secret to Dark Magic to fusion summon, and as well, if you really need, you can ritual summon with Illusion of Chaos. You get Dark Magician into your grave, as well as give you a monster negate. Then we play 1 Dark Magical Circle, and the 1 Eternal Soul to go with it. So we have reoccurring summon of Dark Magician and a banish on the field. Now with Eternal Soul, the downfall of it is when it is removed from the field, it destroys your entire field, but there are ways that you can use to benefit with that. Now with this package, kind of copied Triff a little bit, or not really. His video really made me think of throwing in this package. We have the Bond package with Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl. Reason being, because I am playing Magician Salvation. If you summon out Dark Magician and Salvation's on the field, you can use its effect to summon Dark Magician Girl from the grave, and vice versa. So if you summon Dark Magician Girl and Dark Magician's in the grave, you can special summon Dark Magician. So using Bond between teacher and student, you can search Dark Burning Magic, and it wipes your opponent's board. Everything that they control. And it's a quick effect. And there it is, 1 Magician Salvation. Great card, but with all the other field cards out there right now and all their effects, it's very subpar. It's not the greatest. I really hope they come up with another field spell or other cards that run good with it, that have effects. Because really, Magician Salvation should have Circle's effect and it should have Circle's effect and Magician Soul's effect. And 1 Secret Village of Spellcasters. Dragoon. If you get Dragoon out and Village, it's almost a win itself, because your opponent can't use any spells and you have an Omni Negate. So just those 2 cards can win you games. And of course, the Terraforming to search the other 2 cards. So it's almost like you have 3 Eternal Souls or 2 Magician Salvations, and almost like you got 2 Secret Village. Almost a must in this build. And now onto the hand traps. Play 1 Bastille Magnanet. It's down to 1, but that's all you really need. If it was at 3, it just gives you more dragons that you can use for fusion fodder. But I'm using the 1 Bastille Magnanet, so then I kind of have 2 Timaeus. So if I don't have Timaeus in my hand, or if I have no way of searching it except for Bastille Magnanet, I can summon him out if I have a light or dark in my grave or in your opponent's. So that can get you Timaeus during the end phase. And then I play Effect Veiler. I really like having Effect Veiler in this because it can help you get into Borderland, Savage Dragon, and it's also like having another Imperm. Then I have 2 Ash. Yes, only 2, not 3. I just couldn't fit 3 with everything that I'm playing. 2 seems to work though, because when you're playing Dark and Light and Spellcasters, zombies kind of get in the way a little bit in your hand. So having these 2 are great, plus it helps you to Synchro Summon into Chaos Angel if you don't have Rod. So you have 4 ways with 2 Ash and 2 Rod that can get you into Chaos Angel. And of course, I play Infinite Imperm. Just like, so 2 Imperm, 1 Veiler. Imperm's a little bit better because it can't get Called by a Grave. And speaking of Called by a Grave, an anti-hand trap, I want to play that so you don't get ashed yourself. And then for other tech, I use Forbidden Droplet. At 3, you can discard a card with Diabellstar. If Diabellstar was in your hand, it's into the grave. There's some recurgence with that. Forbidden Droplet, if you've noticed as well, who's in the photo, it is Condemned Witch, and Condemned Witch is also Diabellstar. So I have a video coming soon with some plays in this deck where I've taken out some cards and added into the, I've already said her name, why am I forgetting? The Condemned Witch, and with the fairy, the barrier statue of light, because you can summon Condemned Witch. Condemned Witch will search you Forbidden Droplet, and then on your opponent's turn, you can tribute the witch to the graveyard to special summon out a level 4 fairy, and Barrier Statue of Light is a level 4 fairy. So you can summon her in defense position, and if you so happen to have Dragoon on the field as well, and a spell card, I mean, they'll have to summon a light spellcaster. So 3 Forbidden Droplet, ditch a card from your hand, negate opponent's monster's effect. 2 Super Polymerization, opponent can't respond to it, and it's just a really good card overall right now. And last but not least, 1 Upstart Goblin, so I kind of have 39 cards instead of 40. So I'll set that aside. And we'll get into the extra deck. So the extra deck, Link 1s, Relinquished Enema. Side deck, we have Nibiru. Relinquished Enema you can use with Magician's Souls, but what's really good about Relinquished Enema is if you have Nibiru in your deck and your opponent overextends and you use Nibiru, you set the token across from where Relinquished Enema can take it. You then take the token, opening up their board, and you have 2 large monsters that you can use to attack your opponent and pretty much win. So, all from a Link 1. So we have Relinquished Enema. Then Imduk, the World Chalice Dragon. You use Dark Magician to bring him out, and also helps you get into more fusion plays, and also using this gets you into SP Little Knight. A lot simpler. Artemis, for pretty much the same reason to get into SP Little Knight if needed, using Rod. Rod goes into Artemis, then SP Little Knight, using another monster on the field, and then you can get a banish right at the start, and as well, then if your opponent activates effect, I believe, your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, you can banish 2 cards on the field. So SP Little Knight, play at 1 or 2. I would like to play 2, but I just couldn't fit them into this deck. I'm thinking about getting rid of Artemis and putting SP Little Knight. Then onto the other Link 2, Dark to Dark Charmer Gloomy. Just helps you climb up into access code with Celine. Great package, absolutely goes well in this deck. So recommend playing those 3. Onto the fusions, the Dark Magicians with Diabellstar and DMG or DM. Gets you some extra draws. It just goes well when needed. Then Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight. If you need to go into the DM triangle, he's there for that. Otherwise, nothing else really. Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, play them at 2. It's just really great. You can get 2 of them out in the same play, and you just have 2 Omni Negates that are just awesome. It's like a custom card made real, probably like one of the real God cards nowadays. But it's just so easy to get over because everybody just knows how to get past Dragoon nowadays. But it's still an amazing Omni Negate. Then for your Super Poly targets, 1 Mud Dragon of the Swamp and 1 Garura, Wings of the Resonant Life. Gets you draws and clears your opponent's field. Once per turn, you can declare 1 attribute. This card becomes that attribute until the end of this turn. You can make it light, use this with DMG and go into Chaos Angel. So then Chaos Angel will have both effects. So with Dark, you're always going to use a Dark monster. Monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle. So when you, like I was telling you before with Condemned Witch and whatnot, if you got Barrier Statue of Light out and as well Chaos Angel, they can't attack over Barrier Light, and they can only summon out, like, special summon out light monsters. But yeah. Then 1 Borreload Savage Dragon. That's what the Effect Veiler is for. So Effect Veiler with Diabellstar or DM gets you into this guy. And then Super Star Slayer, Typhon, Sky Crisis. This guy really helped out last time. It helped me get when I was doing some testing, this guy helped me get Mirror Jade off the field, and it sends it back to your hand. So his effect from leaving the field doesn't activate, and then I can continue on and not have to worry about my board getting wiped at the end. That's it for the main deck and extra deck monsters. Now I'll show you the side deck. Now, it's kind of irrelevant, but hey, if you want to use it, by all means, but really the side deck all has to do with where you're competing and what's going on in the metal right now. But these cards are what I chose. Nibiru, the Pine Breeding, for when your opponent overextends or if he summons a lot, you can use that with, like I was telling you before, the Relinquished Enema, and steal the token back, and you have 2 monsters with quite a large attack, and most of the time you can attack for a game-winning goal, in a sense. So 3 Nibiru, then I play 3 Lava Golem for burn damage and to take out 2 monsters off your opponent's board. Great going second. 2 Drone Lockbird, so your opponent can't keep summoning or going into their deck. Great card. Some decks just can play right through it though, so that's why I have it on the side. 2 Lightning Storm, just to wipe their back row or the front row depending on what they're playing. It's just nice and useful. Lightning Storm with Droll goes quite well. We got 2 Triple Tactics, so then you can steal your opponent's monster, get 2 extra draws. You know, take a card from their hand, shuffle it back. And then for consistency, 3 Pot of Prosperity. Yeah, great card, a must right now. It's probably going to go down to 1 because of how much has been released lately and everybody should be playing it. Could play it in your main deck, but when I was testing it, I didn't have it in my main and it seemed to run very well. Plus, if I have it, I don't want to banish anything from here. So I put it in the side just in case I needed it. That's it for everything today. Thank you for watching, especially if you made it this far. Love you all. May the heart forever be in your cards. Later.